Hey, this is Keith, host of Sportsvibestv, and I'm coming at you with another Giants video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I drop Giants videos 3 to 4 times a week, and now that the season has started, I'm probably going to drop them daily, do some film review, and things of that nature. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're here for it. So with that being said, let's get into today's topic. I'm pretty much reviewing the game that happened last night. It was the Giants versus the Steelers. I had actually made a video with the 3 keys to success. I'll link it up above. That way you guys can check that out. And pretty much the reason we lost is because we didn't achieve any of those 3 keys that I mentioned. You know, Daniel Jones, yes, he looked very, very good. He looked poised. He looked like a veteran quarterback back there, making the adjustments that needed to be made. But the problem is he tried to do too much. He threw 1 interception that I really would say is more on TJ Watt being able to read what was going on and react, as opposed to Daniel Jones, making a bad pass. Even though, if TJ Watt wasn't there, it still was a very tight window he was throwing into. But, TJ Watt did make a good play. And the second interception, Daniel Jones was moving to his left and he was being chased down. If I'm not mistaken, it was Bud Dupree. He tackled him, and as he was throwing, he threw up a floater, and it was intercepted in the end zone. And it was such a shame because it was a 19-play drive, and on that 19th play, it was all moot. We were within the 10-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. And if we would have scored a touchdown there, or even a field goal, the game would have been a lot closer in the fourth quarter, and it would have had a different feel with a different atmosphere. So Daniel Jones is going to have to be better. He also, they didn't call it a fumble, but he technically fumbled. There was another play where he got hit as he was throwing, and before he got into the throwing motion, or before his hand was coming forward, he got hit, and it was technically a fumble. They didn't rule it a fumble because the Giants ended up recovering, and it would have been a touchdown. So maybe that was something Joe Judge should have challenged, but being a rookie head coach, I don't think he really wanted to risk it. And then moving on to the second key to success, it was the offensive line. And the offensive line, although it looks somewhat improved, it's still going to be an issue, it appears, throughout the season. Cam Fleming was not great. Andrew Thomas, he had his hands full with Bud Dupree all game. He was serviceable at best, but he's a rookie. That's to be expected. But Cam Fleming, I don't know how long he's going to hold down that right tackle spot. They may at some point put Matt Pert in because, like I said in one of my earlier videos, I'll link that one up above as well. This is going to be the stretch where you're probably going to want to throw Cam Fleming to the Wolves and let him deal with it, as opposed to throwing out a rookie. Also, Nick Gates, he didn't look great at center. There was one play where he just got dismantled. He just got thrown and tossed aside, and there was a quick hit on Daniel Jones. So that's also going to be something that we have to see. Maybe Spencer Pulley might end up moving into that position as well. So we'll see. That offensive line looks to be, or it appears to be, still an issue, and it has to be worked on, and they have to get better over the season. And my last key to success was the secondary. And the secondary, although they weren't terrible, there were some laps in defense, and we ended up giving up, if I'm not mistaken, 3 touchdowns to Ben Roethlisberger, and that's something we have to work on as well. Leonard Williams did end up getting a sack in this game. That was positive. We did have moments where we applied pressure to Ben, and we did have a few quarterback hits throughout the game, but secondary continues to be an area of improvement. Logan Ryan saw some time. Darnay Holmes, he also saw some time. Our big acquisition, James Bradbury, he ended up giving up a touchdown on a rub route. He got caught up with Corey Ballantyne. And the secondary, you see, we have players. It's just we need to get a little bit more experience, and they need to have a little bit more chemistry and a better understanding of the defense. Because in the first half, it was a pretty close game. I think the half ended, 16-10? Steelers were up. But for the majority of that first half, the Giants had the lead. It was there was 10-3 at one point, and then the Steelers came back, and then they took the lead. But, I thought it would have been a little bit more competitive in the second half, seeing that we did start the half off with that big 19-play drive. But, we I'm happy about the Joe Judge tenure because the team looked prepared. You know, you don't necessarily want to have moral victories, but as a fan, you can kind of look towards moral victories since we're not the ones actually on the field playing and putting our bodies on the line. So I do feel confident in Joe Judge as a coach. I'm gonna, look to see more about how he handles time management because he's not really calling the plays. You have Garrett on the offense calling the plays, then you have Patrick Graham on the defense calling the plays. So Joe Judge's biggest impact on the team is making sure the team comes to the field prepared on Sundays, and his clock and time management. So we didn't get a chance to necessarily analyze him in this game. So that's going to be something I'm going to be interested in looking forward to in the upcoming games. So if you like what you saw, make sure you hit the subscribe button, that like button. Come join the SVTV gang. Like I said, this is Keith. I'm the host of Sportsvibestv, and I'm out.